Another method for displaying quantitative data is a stem plot. This is a stem plot of ages of a local NRA group, and you can see that this it has a 4 through 7 on this left side, and these over here are called the leaves. And there's a nice key right here to explain what's happening. Now, it says 4-1 means 41 years old, so that represents 41. This data point here means that someone's 42, 42, 42, so there's 3 people that are 42 years old. Now, when making a scatter plot, make sure that each leaf contains only 1 digit. That when you write the stem in a vertical column from smallest at the top and draw a vertical line to the right of that column, and then each leaf in the row to the right is its stem, uh, is in increasing order. Now, stem plots are best for a small number of observations. If you have a very, very large data set, it wouldn't make sense to do a stem plot. Here's another example, and always make sure that one thing I wanted to point out with this example is if there is a gap in the data, you can't skip from 11 to 15. You have to show that there's some space so we can see the distribution and see that this is an outlier. And make sure you always put a key explaining what those mean. Now, sometimes these get a little bit complicated or they don't look very good. So sometimes you'll want to split the stems so you can see the distribution a little bit better. So in this particular one, we have 2 zeros. So the first leaves go from 0 to 4, and the next ones go from 5 to 9. And you can see that it just pulls the data further apart. So you're able to see the distribution better. The opposite of that would be trimming, where we take a larger number, like these numbers, and instead of having 8,516, we can't make a stem and leaf graph with that. So what we do is we cut it down so that 8 and 5 represents 8,500, and that would represent that data point. In this, we lose the specific value, but we gain being able to see the distribution quite easily, and it's not as messy as if we have the exact number on there. Now, if the data is not in increasing order, your calculator can help. So take out your calculator. So the first thing you want to do is go to your calculator and you type this in your stat. So you hit stat, edit, and in your list one, you want to plug in all these numbers. And I already have this done for us, so we don't take time doing that. But it's still not in the right order. And this works much better or is much more helpful when data sets are quite large. And now if we quit out of here and hit second stat and go over to operations, this very first one says sort A. That sorts them in ascending order. So if I sort A of L1 and hit enter, then it says done. So when I look back at my data, it's sorted really well. And so so it makes it easier to graph the data. And so you don't have to spend time putting it in the right order. Now, this stem and leaf plot, took the data and put it here. I want to see if you guys can make that stem and leaf plot display data better than how it currently is, because it's too clumped together. Good luck.